Hey everybody, Aaron from Victory Glass here to talk about our new solid-state amplifiers. Initially, we're releasing these amplifiers for Seeburg models M100A from 1949 up to model DS of 1962, with other manufacturers and models to come in the future. So, to start off, what are the advantages of the solid-state amplifier over a tube amplifier? Well, one of the biggest issues, any tube amplifier, now that it's approaching 60, 70 years old, needs to be rebuilt. Needs new capacitors at a minimum, might need new resistors, and might need new tubes as well. Finding technicians to be able to rebuild those amps is getting tough and also costly, as well as the cost of tubes is increasing. And even after all of that, you still have the chance that something else may fail, like a transformer. So our solid-state amplifiers alleviate all those issues. This is a brand new chassis that mounts right in place of the old tube amp, plug-and-play installation. So there's no reason or need to rebuild your old tube amplifier, but there's no modifications done to your machine, so if you ever wanted to return it to tube operation, you can just simply have it rebuilt and reinstalled. No modifications to the machine. Now, so the amplifier, just to start off, the sound quality is amazing compared to the tube amplifier. There's much better bass, treble, and contour. You know, people talk about the warm sound of tube amps and whatnot, and how a solid-state amplifier could never duplicate that, etc. We strongly disagree with that. When you hear the sound quality coming out of a machine like this, out of an original jukebox with the original speakers, you'll be blown away. The sound quality is no comparison to what the tube amplifier had. So that's one of the first advantages. The next advantage with our solid-state amplifier is that it has built-in Bluetooth streaming. So when the machine is idle, you can stream from a smartphone, tablet, computer, any Bluetooth source, you can stream into the machine. So if you just want to let the jukebox play all day, you don't want to run over and make selections, no problem. Just fire up a Spotify or Pandora playlist, let it go. It'll play all day long. But the machine still operates using the original keyboard and mechanism, just like it always did. So if you want to make a selection, you just simply press A1. The machine works as it always does. It automatically switches off of Bluetooth, plays the record. When there's no more selections remaining, goes back to Bluetooth automatically. So, in addition to the Bluetooth streaming, we also include our app, which we call Jukebox. So Jukebox is an app available for Android and iOS smartphones and tablets that you just simply download and install from the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. And that gives you remote control of your jukebox. It gives you the ability to power the machine on and off. It gives you the ability to increase, decrease volume. Has a mute function, and it also has the ability to make selections. So you can actually, from your smartphone, sitting on the couch, you can fire up your jukebox and pick a selection. You can pick A1, you can enter E3, whatever you want. You can enter a selection. It pulses that into the machine and plays that selection. The app also has a random feature on it. So you can just, if you say, I don't know what I want to play, just pick something for me. You just hit random. The app randomly picks a selection, writes it into the machine, and plays that for you. In addition to the, even if you don't care to use the app, you don't want to use the Jukebox app, you just want the machine to function as a standalone machine that plays 45s yet, we also include a new wired remote control. Now this remote is magnetically mounted to the back of the machine. It just sticks to the back, and this gives you the ability to power the machine on and off. It gives you the ability to reject records and also increase or decrease the volume. And it's nice and accessible on the back of the machine, so you no longer have to move the machine away from the wall to reject a record, to adjust the volume, or power the machine on and off. It's all accessible right towards the top of the machine. And again, it's magnetic mount, so you can just stick it to the back, and so it's out of sight but easily accessible. The amplifier also has an auxiliary input and an auxiliary output. So on the input, you can connect an external music source like an Alexa, CD player, TV, etc. And for the auxiliary output, you can connect external speakers. You can connect it to an in-house music system. So one great thing about this amplifier is that it will get your machine up and running, streaming Bluetooth audio, no matter what other issues the machine may have. So if there's some kind of issue with the selector, the mechanism, etc., it doesn't matter. The machine will light up, it'll play music, and it'll be ready to enjoy. And with Bluetooth music, naturally you have a much wider music variety available. Some of the newer music was obviously never made on 45s. So you get to enjoy some of the latest music streaming via Bluetooth into the machine as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and demonstrate how the machine operates. As I mentioned, the machine, you do not need the app to operate the machine. You can just simply install the solid state amplifier and use just the wired remote to make selections and operate the machine independently. You don't need the app. So if we can make a selection just like we always could before. We'll hit F7. Machine goes over, plays F7. Nothing to it. Now again, assuming that your machine worked fine before. Again, our amplifier doesn't fix any kind of issues with your mechanism or whatnot, of course, right? So right at our fingertips, we've got the reject button on the back of the machine, so nice and easy. Now, say you're a little more tech savvy and you want to use our Jukebox app, that's where things get really interesting. So with our app, we can remotely power the machine off or on. We can make a selection from our app. So let's just say we want to play G1. Hit G1, scrolls over, plays G1. You can do this sitting on the couch or from over at your home bar, wherever. And then we can reject the song from the app as well. So, and you can also hit random. Just say, I don't know, Jukebox, just play me something. Pick something cool. You can just hit random. It picks something. Looks like we're going to hear H5. Away it goes. Plays H5. So, it's a fun little feature just to play something at random for you. And as soon as the machine goes back to an idle state, when there's no more selections remaining, then it flips over to Bluetooth so you can play your Spotify, your Pandora, whatever music source you want. So that's just that simple. You don't need to use the app, but it's there if you want it. And again, the app can be installed on any Android or iOS device. Our solid-state amplifiers are a great way to breathe new life into your classic jukebox. The amplifiers feature exceptional sound quality, a host of new features, and as well as making the machine function if it doesn't currently operate. We understand there's a lot of machines sitting inanimate in basements, that just don't do anything. This will wake that machine up and get it ready to enjoy for years to come.